Tony, listen to me. I'm hearing you, but do you ever notice that when you blow in a dog's ear, he gets mad, but then you put him in the car and he sticks his head right out the window? Well, that's what I'm facing here.
And I'm hearing you, Hank. But just go talk to her while you still can.
You think?
I do.
How'd I know you'd be here?
I'm doing some research on Angosia so that Nicholas and I have something to discuss.
Oh. You know, ever since you were a kid, you'd hide in a book, especially when the going got tough.
The going isn't tough.
Well, can I say something? You know, ever since King Nicholas announced his big engagement plans, you've been jumpier than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
Funny, Dad.
Can I give you some advice?
I really wish you could.
Well, just listen to me. You can't live your life following a writer's fantasy. Life just doesn't work that way. You've got to find your own story. What do you feel in here?
That's poetic for a cowboy.
It's right out of that book of yours.
Which one?
That Pride and Prejudice book.
You read it? Pride and Prejudice.
Every little tidbit of it. And that fella, with all his daughters, didn't pull any punches. He didn't like when he found out his sweet baby was going to get hitched to somebody she didn't love. So he just went right out and told her straight out that he'd never forgive her if she went through with it.
I didn't say I would go through with it.
Well, it's good to hear, because you're not in love with that king, Nick.
Nicholas. He prefers Nicholas, and he is very generous.
I don't give a hill of beans what he prefers. Somebody gives you something for nothing, that's about all it's worth. And you're smack in love with somebody else.
No, I'm not. Look, I know you're trying to help, but I don't think it's appropriate for you to be telling me who I'm meant to spend the rest of my life with.
Ooh, that's not a very good poker face.
Okay, I really don't need the cowboy wisdom right now.
All right. I'll get out of your way, but just do me this one thing.
What's that?
Don't ever be as stubborn as your old man. You'll always be my princess. But there's two kinds of royal. Don't you ever forget that.
Dad? Thanks for the talk.
Yeah.
Here you are. These are for you.
Thanks. I love daisies. How'd you know?
I know you better than you think.
Bosworth?
That's what servants are for. So, I take it you've been considering things.
Well, it's a lot to consider. I'm gonna need some more time, Nicholas.
Time? For what?
Time to finish my dissertation, for one thing. I have to get my doctorate.
Why would you bother with that when you're going to be queen?
Because I have to follow my own heart. It's a family trait.
You don't really believe all these sentimental platitudes, do you?
King Henry was a good man with a kind heart, and it's what makes my dad great, too. Doesn't mean they can't function or make good and strong decisions.
It makes them impractical and foolish.
Well, I guess my family's impractical and foolish, just like me.
The lost sheep of the family, is that what you are?
You did not just say that, did you?
Look, all I'm saying is, you have the chance to bring your country into the modern world. Uniting Morania and Angosia and ruling them together makes sense. We make sense.
No, it makes sense on parchment paper, but I'm not gonna give up who I am.
But don't you see, you're not giving anything up. By marrying me, you're becoming who you were always meant to be.
No, I'd be becoming who you want me to be.
And? Is that so bad?
Nicholas, you are very sweet, and I know that you will one day find your queen, but I'm afraid that it's not gonna be me.
You don't mean that.
I mean that with all of my impractical and foolish heart.
Do you know what? If you don't marry me, then I can't dissolve the treaty.
Oh, Even if it's the right thing to do?
No, I have a duty to my people.
Even if it means not going in good conscience? You do realize your true colors are showing.
And you do realize that once your father finishes his charade of playing king, then Morania, all of it, will belong to Angosia. Do you understand that?
If you're trying to convince me to reconsider marrying you, you're not doing a very good job.
No, I'm trying to convince you that you're making the biggest mistake of your life.
And I am glad it's mine to make. Nicholas is leaving now.
Yeah, I heard.
Things didn't end well between us.
Didn't much expect they would.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. I've just spoken to an old friend of mine from Oxford. He's told me something I think you're gonna find very useful.
Excuse me? Are you gonna say goodbye?
I think that everything that needs to be said has already been said.
Oh, now, don't be so sure of that. You leaving so soon?
I have a meeting to get to, I really have to go.
I think you should tell us the real reason you were in such a rush to get engaged.
I thought I was in love, but apparently it takes two.
That's not the real reason.
Believe what you want.
Can I tell you what I believe? I believe that your country is about near bankrupt.
That's outrageous. Where'd you hear such a thing?
I got my sources. My sources are telling me that landing those contracts you're bidding on are real important to you. Now, you need factories and jobs if you're not going to go belly up. But the problem is, those contracts you've been bidding on and losing are because you don't have the raw materials, like I do back in these mountains here. And that's why you're in such a rush to waltz my daughter down the aisle.
Look, Kelly, the truth is you're a perfectly lovely lady. But I don't need you. Once your father tires of playing king, all this, everything, will belong to me anyway.
But by then, it'll be too late. You'll already have lost the contracts.
Now, the way I see it, you're sitting between a rock and a hard place right now. Unless you and I do some real horse trading.
Horse trading?
What His Majesty is proposing is if you guarantee Morania's independence from Angosia once and for all, then he'll grant you the lease to the mineral rights on those mountains.
Or I could get coronated today just so you won't get nothing for a very long time.
You're bluffing.
Oh, yeah? Then call my bluff. Now, that's good horse trading.
I have to think about it.
Well, thinking about it just cost you 15% of the profits from the contracts.
You really are your father's daughter, aren't you?
You bet I am.
Come on, Nicky boy, let's just do this and be done with it. And I'll buy you a nice new pair of boots. How's that? So, we got ourselves a deal or not?
Deal.
Deal.
It's an unusual proposal.
It guarantees Morania's independence from Angosia once and for all.
And that means you won't be needing a king anymore.
Are you suggesting we dissolve the monarchy?
You do catch on quick.
The castle and the land would still belong to the royal family, of course.
But the power would be transferred to the Privy Council.
And you're all invited out to my place for a big barbecue celebration. Deal or not?
As delightful as that sounds, Morania's never been without a king.
But history has proven that self-government is a preferable alternative to the monarchy.
What Oxford here is saying is you boys will be able to handle the country on your own, unless you want me to stick around to call the shots.
Well, I suppose we can muddle on through without you, Your Grace, though we would like you to serve in an advisory capacity.
Well, I have to get back to you on that. But I got one more question. What are you waiting for?
All in favor of the king's proposal, say aye.
Aye.
The motion to dissolve the monarchy has carried.
Now, if you will excuse me, I got some fences to fix.
Well, I suppose my son's rather expensive education has finally paid off.
Son, you didn't tell me that old buzzard was your father.
Guilty as charged, I guess.
No. Why didn't you tell me?
Then we used to hold it against me. As you say, don't go looking for trouble, because you'll get your fair share in life as it is.
That's for sure.
Swing your partner, there she goes. Swing her high and swing her low. Now promenade around the floor. That's all there is. There ain't no more.
I love happy endings.
Even though you didn't wind up with your handsome prince.
Apparently, the handsome prince wasn't exactly who I thought he was.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I'm not. Alex, remember the other day when you asked me if I was happy? The truth is, I was happy watching that fall come into the world, and I'm happy studying and teaching and reading. I don't want to give up who I am to be something else.
And you shouldn't. I would never let you.
That's what I admire most about you. You're always true to yourself. Even though your dad is the chancellor,
Yeah, I should have told you.
I'm glad you didn't.
So, what would Jane Austen say?
I think she not only would approve, but she'd write about us.
I've got to take care of something. Be right back.
Okay.
So, now that you're not going to be royalty anymore, I suppose you could be headed home.
I don't know. They want me to stick around a bit as an advisor, but...
But the more I get to know people, the more I miss my dog.
Yeah, something like that. You know, the best therapist has fur and 4 legs.
Yeah.
It's true.
I know. Thank you.
Nice party.
Well, wait till you try one of these steaks.
Smells great. Dad, I know I don't always listen to your cowboy wisdom, but the truth is, sometimes I just need it. Thanks for always being there for me.
You know, somebody very wise once said, you don't turn your back on family.
No, you don't.
Come here, Princess.
And speaking of family,
Bear? No. No. Really?
good job, partner.
Well, Buzz was having some trouble with the red tape, so I pulled a few strings.
You really might be a prince. I think you are.
More of a cowpuncher.
Okay, that works.
So you think you could be happy hanging out with a cowpuncher?
Well, I was raised by one.
You want to go muck out some stalls?
That sounds very romantic.
Oh, you want romantic? How's this?
Well, Dad, Joan, and Bear went back home to Big Sky Country, while Alex and I stayed on to raise Nellie's foal. Then, in the springtime, they all returned to Morania for our royal cowboy wedding.
did it. I'm just so glad you did.
Oh, they were made for each other. I just introduced them.
Oh, you underestimate your talents, Ms. Gleason. My daughter is very picky.
I know. I also know when somebody's had their heart broken, they tend to close off and protect themselves. Once Shannon opened up and accepted that nobody's perfect, she was able to follow her heart.
It's no wonder you left to start your own company. And I can see why people call you the Queen of Hearts. I mean...
Oh, a certain pop star who should remain nameless is responsible for that one after she found him his dream girl.
Oh, stop, stop.
Oh, well then, I can only imagine the prince your Mr. Right must be, See you later. Honey.
You and me both.
Another day, another happily ever after.
They are a really great couple, aren't they?
I really wish I could find you someone.
Oh, stop.
I just don't have your intuition. My matchmaking skills are limited to statistics and analytics.
Don't sell yourself short, Brittany. We're a team, and you've done a lot to help me sift through all the frogs and find this bride the right knight in shining armor. So, tonight is full of potential for you. Have fun. What about you? I got a very important appointment. Bye.
Wait, no, you don't. Have fun. Excuse me? That was the matchmaker, right? Right? The one to all those famous people who found their true love? Like, those two? That she is. So, how did the three of you manage a spot on this guest list? It is a very high-profile wedding.
Ian's mom gets invited to all the cool parties.
Oh.
It's all about who you know.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Apparently.
She's right there, she's right there. Go! Right there, go. She's looking. Your question, you can ask. What? You're adorable. Look at this face. Go.
Yes. This is fair. She has a question. She wants to know if you work with teenagers.
Ah, looking for a soulmate already?
More like a prom date. See, I have this crush on this really cute guy named Lando, but so far he thinks I'm invisible. She's not kidding. He doesn't even know she exists.
Oh, stop. I'm sure that's not true. But I don't know that you need a matchmaker as much as you might just need an introduction. How old are you?
15.
Okay. Should ask him to help you do your homework.
Deceptively simple? Yeah, brilliant. I'll give it a try. Thanks. Let's go.
Good luck.
Ah, Victor. I assume you have news of the whereabouts of the prince?
Yes, Your Majesty. I have word he's on his way from the airport right now.
And what's the delay this time? And don't try pinning it on the paparazzi again.
Ah, here he is now, sire.
Sorry, I'm late, Father. The plane was...
Delayed, I heard.
Yeah, to make matters worse, the car wouldn't start. Luckily, it was just a loose battery cable. Should have probably checked that before I decided to jet off to the Grand Prix.
Another adventure you can regale me with in the car on the drive over?
Yes, about that, Father. Is it really necessary for me to attend the,
Royal Parade?
Royal Parade?
At the National Cathedral.
Is it really mandatory for the entire royal family to be there? Yes, well, of course it is, yes. Right. Let's have at it, shall we?
Aren't you going to get into your uniform?
My uniform? Yes. Yes, of course. Well, I'll just be a few moments.
Make sure he remembers to wash his hands.
It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife.
Sebastian, I requested your presence, as I believe the time has come for us to have a little chat.
Why do I get the feeling that it's a tad more serious?
The Prime Minister has brought this to my attention.
Clearly it's a slow news day if this is all they can dig up on me.
It's more meaningful than you think. You're very rarely in your homeland.
I like to travel. Since when did that become a crime?
That's not the point, Sebastian. You have a duty to your country.
I understand, Father. Oh, you know me. Pomp and circumstance has never been my cup of tea.
We're royalty. It is your cup of tea. You're the next king, for goodness sake. People look to you for hope, inspiration, stability.
No, they have you for that.
I'm the past. You are the future. It's time to show your subjects a new maturity emerge from their prince. The Jubilee Ball, which commemorates my 30 years on the throne, is a month away.
Okay, well, I think I can sit tight around the palace till then.
I need more than that. I think it's time to introduce to the world a woman of noble blood who could one day be your queen.
I beg your pardon?
Pardon denied. It's not as if it's the first time I brought up the subject of marriage.
Well, no, I realize that. Look, I'm just not ready to settle down yet.
So you keep saying. I'm tired of your excuses and constant delays. You need to put your follies aside and make your country proud. Make me proud. And trust me, my boy, I only have your best interests at heart.
I'll just have to take your word for that.
Doesn't sound good.
Huh. Oh, this starters the least of my problems.
I was talking about the slamming of tools I heard earlier.
Ugh. My father is being completely unreasonable.
If I may, sir, I believe he just wants what every father wants for his child. For them to be happy.
I'm already happy, just not the happy that the king wants me to be.
Well, for His Majesty's sake, perhaps you should at least keep an open mind about the subject.
Oh, come on, Victor. You've witnessed my dating acumen. The women I go out with are only interested in my title and everything that comes with it.
Perhaps. But that only means you haven't met the right one yet. It doesn't mean she doesn't exist.
I suppose. But quite frankly, Victor, I don't know where to start, nor do I have the desire to look. What is it, Victor? Come on, we've been together for too many years for you to start holding back your thoughts.
Begging your pardon, sir. On this occasion, I feel compelled to intervene on your behalf.
True Love Matchmaking, this is Brittany speaking.
Hello. Yes, is this Miss Van Howell?
Yes, it is. How can I help you?
My name is Victor Chatsworth. I'm in service to a very highly placed personage. I just spoke personally with a former client of yours, and you come very highly recommended. I'm just looking at your website now. I wish to inquire about your matchmaking services for a potential client abroad. Do you work outside of New York?
We absolutely do, Mr. Chatsworth.
Well, we're certainly in need of your assistance. May I give you the details, and then perhaps we could discuss our options further?
Sounds wonderful. Fire away.
A professional matchmaking service. From the States, no less.
I can assure Your Majesty I thoroughly vetted Miss Gleason and her associate. She spent almost a decade at a larger firm before going out on her own. Her references are impeccable, and her track record is quite staggering.
I see. Do you believe she can succeed? Do we really need to resort to this?
Yes, Your Majesty. I believe the prince needs all the help he can get.
Hey, Kate. So, if you play your cards right, I think I may have just found us our next big client. Oh, yeah. Okay. Kate, may I present to you His Royal Majesty, King Edward of Valdavia.
Is this your
hello, King Edward. What an absolute pleasure.
His Royal Majesty would like our help finding a suitable match for his son, Prince Sebastian.
That is a thrilling prospect. I'm a little confused. Normally I deal with the client directly. Your Majesty.
I understand. However, I wanted to speak to you first, as I'm quite committed to finding my son true love and happiness.
Well, that's wonderful. Yes, of course. And you're in luck. That's the only way we do business.
Kate.
Your Majesty.
Well, that's very reassuring, especially considering the tight time frame upon us.
Tight time frame.
Oh, yes. His Majesty needs us to find a match for Sebastian in time for the Royal Jubilee celebration, which is in 4 weeks.
From now? Your Majesty, I'm incredibly honored at the prospect of finding your son a mate, but love doesn't really work on any timeline.
Then you'll have to accelerate the process. I'm not interested in promises, only results. And if you do manage to get wedding bells to ring for my son, I will have no problem in telling the world that it was your firm who found his happily ever after.
Would you hold for just a moment, please? Just one moment.
4 weeks? Yes, 4 weeks. But if anyone can do it, you can. And opportunities like this don't come along very often, okay? This would be huge for the startup.
Yeah, or I fail and the whole thing goes bottoms up and nobody will hire me ever again.
No. You never fail. You can't fail.
It's 4 weeks.
Kate, please. He's a king. Like, he's a real king.
Your Majesty, I don't know how else to say it. We'd be delighted to come aboard.
Excellent.
We had no idea there were so many rules working with royals.
I know. Never turn your back to a royal when leaving a room. Always address them as Your Highness, and don't talk to them in a harsh tone.
Well, when in doubt, bow or curtsy.
Helpful.
Okay, quiz me on the prince.
All right. So, Prince Sebastian is the heir apparent and only son to
King Edward and Queen Christina. Give me something real. Come
on. Okay, his mother passed away when he was
19.
Okay, after finishing his degree in
Political science.
correct, he has since spent his time
Traveling around the world.
Yes. His favorite things to do.
Adventure sports, race car driving, rock climbing, scuba diving.
Yes. And when it comes to relationships, he has
Never been photographed with the same woman twice.
All right, so are we dealing with a commitment phobe?
That's too soon to tell.
Well, I mean, has your gut given you any indication what kind of woman we should be looking for?
No, not at all. I mean, I'll definitely know more the second I meet him, but in the meantime, the only thing we have to go on is that she cannot be a commoner.
Just my luck.
Hey! That's me!
Hello?
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. You've got to be kidding me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. This is gonna take some getting used to.
Okay, I'm used to it. This place just oozes romance. I feel like it's gonna make our job a wedding cakewalk.
Let's hope so.
You must be the Americans.
Oh, hi. Yes, we are. We sounds like we're in a band. We're the Americans. Hi, I'm Kate, and this is Brittany.
And you are?
Not where he's supposed to be.
Oh.
Begging your pardons, this is my son, Rudy,
Hello.
who was supposed to be tending to his studies.
Yes, Father. I was just welcoming our guests to the palace.
I see. Perhaps you'd like to run off back to your room and have an afternoon snack that I've prepared, and I can get our guests settled. And after that, I'll take you to the community centre. We can spend the rest of the day.
This day gets better by the minute. Good day, ladies.
Oh, good day. What a polite young man. Hi, you are...
Victor Chatsworth.
Kate Gleason. Hi.
Brittany Van Howell.
Yes, we spoke on the phone.
We did.
I'm Prince Sebastian's personal valet.
He knows the prince better than he knows himself.
Really?
Was there something...
No, nothing.
Not at the moment.
Please.
Lovely. Got our bags.
This way.
Your Highness, is there any truth to the rumors you're planning to sail around the world?
It appears that ship has sunk for the moment.
So what's the next adventure for the fair prince?
Nothing but home sweet home. Victor.
Your father has requested your immediate presence in his study.
Oh? That sounds ominous.
I'm sure Sebastian will be here any minute. He had a full schedule today.
I'm sure. I can't even imagine. I'm sure he's as anxious to meet me as I am to meet him.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Father. I hope I'm not interrupting.
No, quite the contrary. His Highness Sebastian of Moldavia, meet Miss Kate Gleason of New York City.
Ah. And you are?
I'm your royal matchmaker.
Miss Gleason is something of an expert in the world of romance. Some even call her the Queen of Hearts. I've hired her to help you on your quest.
Quest? And what would that be?
Finding you the love of your life.
Perhaps I should leave you two to get acquainted.
No.
Stay, please.
No, not at all. I believe you both have your work cut out for you.
Oh, boy. This is the first you're hearing about me.
Yes, if nothing else, your perception is spot on. And if my instinct is correct, there's nothing I can do about it.
Do I sense a note of resistance?
A note? More like a symphony. So, first things first, shall I call you Miss Gleason, or would you prefer Queen of Hearts?
Well, Queen's a little stuffy. Why don't you call me Kate? What can I call you?
Your Highness will do nicely.
Your Highness.
So, you're here to find me the love of my life in under a month.
That is the plan.
But you have received the proper training, I suppose. Attended some matchmaking academy, obtained some kind of certificate, graduated top of your class, perhaps.
I spent 10 years at Manhattan's top matchmaking firm before going out on my own. My very high-profile clients have all raved that I have an incredible gift for bringing people together. I get a gut instinct when I meet people for the first time.
What does your gut tell you about me?